What it is? I'm back with another video, and today I'm gonna be breaking down this trade. And does it affect the Broncos draft this Thursday? Look, man, there's a lot of Bronco fans on Twitter. How am I talking about them? Let's be real. Twitter people are not real people. People on Twitter, they're not celebrities. They are not real people. They're not people. So care what their opinion is, because they're not people. Every time they speak, they're negative. Okay. But majority of Bronco fans are, you can say, mixed or kind of on the, give them another chance. That's where I'm at on it. Like I said in my quick little 1-minute review of the trade, he's gonna get another chance. If it wasn't from Denver, it was gonna be from somebody else. I think I already knew, but when I heard the news today, it didn't shock me because 2 or 3 weeks ago he was heavily rumored to be the Broncos QB because Broncos had interest. And I believe they said the Jets waited it out to see if other people had interest because they wanted people to take on his cap. Everybody said, "You crazy? You're freaking out your mind." Denver, we'll pay $1 million. We'll pay $2 million, but you paying the rest. It's your fault. Jets said, "F it, take them. We'll pay it. Cool." So with that being said, does he help or elevate the QB room, the Broncos QB room as of right now, where I'm standing on Monday? Yes. Not by very much. We seen flashes from him, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. This season he was 4-7, and with that roster and that terrible O-line, he beat us. So and Sean, as I said publicly, he likes Zach Wilson. So it was just a matter of time before Denver could get him. Now he's a second overall pick. He wasn't ready. Jets, they don't. This is not even a Jets related video, but they failed him terribly. Like Jesus, like my Lord. They failed everybody. Aaron Rodgers. How do you trade for Aaron Rodgers and have the worst offensive line in the league, and have the worst offensive coordinator in the league, and have one of the worst coaches in the league, and you have a Hall of Fame quarterback, but you're even worse than you were a year before with Zach Wilson? I don't get it. But not here to talk about the Jets because they're just horrible. I don't know how they still have a fan base, but it's just like, do I think he affects the QB room? Yes, he has way more starts than Jarrett Stidham. To me, he's better than Ben DiNucci and Jarrett Stidham. He's very athletic. He can sling the football with, he's a gunslinger. So he was just set up to fail. And I think this year's draft, we're gonna see at least one quarterback is set up to fail, or two, depending on where Jaden Daniels go and Drake May. If they don't go to the right spot, they're gonna fail. But do I think this? But now here's a big question: Does this affect the Broncos draft? Absolutely not. It doesn't. Now, I do believe the Broncos will trade back because of this trade. Absolutely. I believe the Broncos will trade back. That has been my number one priority. Trade back. I would trade back. Get a second. You need a second. You don't have one. Trade back. I would not trade up in any scenario, but obviously the Broncos don't have the draft capital to even do that. So God no, trade back, but I'll say trade with the Bengals or the Steelers. Um, or I'll say trade back with the shoot. You can trade back with the Jaguars. I'll trade back with them. They got that I think that's 16th pick or that week, but I would trade back at 18. Get a second, get an early second. I would draft Bo Nix with that 18th pick because then you're not reaching. Okay, you draft Bo Nix at 12, you have to hit. That's the top 15 pick. Like that's a top 12 pick, man. Like you got to hit on them. Like, and I think the best scenario that's good for, I'll say, salary and all of that, like wealth and all, like long run success. If you trade back at 18, you draft Bo Nix. It will, if he busts, that's no Diddy. If he's a bust, it looks better than you drafting him at 12. Trade back, bro. There's no need. I would say just get ahead of the Rams because I can definitely see a world where the Rams draft Bo Nix. Michael Penix, his injury history just terrifies me, and then I know for a fact it terrifies Sean Payton. They're not drafting Michael Penix. They're not going to. But I think Bo Nix will fall to Denver. There could be a world where he falls to Denver in the second round. That would be even more great. But I think the Broncos just like with the 7th pick they got from the Jets, they just skipped ahead like 50 picks. So the Broncos have more picks than they have in a long time. They have more picks than I have seen them have in a minute. So I'll say this: all the Broncos got to do is just hit on 5 of them 9 picks. Hit on 5 of them. You're good. Just hit on 5 of them. Or you can even hit on 6 of them. You're perfect for the future. That's not hard to do. Multiple teams did it last season, including the Rams. That was crazy. The Detroit has been doing a fantastic job with draft and all of that. Houston, for a perfect example. Cardinals, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if them teams can have, and the Seattle Seahawks, we traded all that capital and they have had certified like starters, like good players in these couple drafts. But do I think this trade means anything? Yeah, I can definitely see a world where Zach Wilson starts the first season of I'll say the first 8 games, and then I can see I can see a world where I can see the world where the Broncos are competitive. The Broncos are competitive every year. I think history-wise, the Broncos have had two seasons with the worst offense in NFL history, and they still won 4 games. And the Broncos have never went 0-17. Like I said, like I've said for years, Bronco fans are hypocrites. They're crybabies. They whine. They're like the Cody crybabies and the Rock and Roman crybabies. We cry, complain a lot. I don't. I mean, but they're always negative for some odd reason. But we'll be fine. The Broncos are they were competitive with Nathaniel Hackett. Come on now. So you telling me they're not going to be competitive with Sean Payton? And Chris Broussard, I'm gonna need you to shut the F on First Things First. This was the second time in my life I have agreed with Nick Wright. You need to shut up. You really think Sean Payton is gonna tank for Shadur Sanders? You gotta be out your effing mind. Shadur Sanders isn't even a top NFL QB prospect. Stop it. But he thinks Sean Payton is going to tank for Shadur Sanders. He doesn't want another Russell. That's not his style of quarterback. It's not. He can't work with them quarterbacks. Look, and one thing, if Sean Payton can take a Jameis Winston from throwing 30 picks to 7-2, he can do the same exact thing with Zach Wilson. It's your boy Travis the One. Peace.